Hello everyone, this is Kay and the Collective Soul Tarot. Whoops, spout fell. Welcome back to the channel. It's nice to have you here with me and I'm glad to be here with you. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. It's time to begin a brand new week. Yay! So tarot with the Barbie and Cyril Marchetti to start off with. I'm going to be trying something different. You know me, changing things up all the time. Archangel Michael, not today, but very, very soon when I finally get a couple of decks in that I've been waiting to come in. So I'm going to probably use Cyril Marchetti decks, if not these particular decks, the Intuit Oracle, which is the Lenormand decks, which is what this is. The Gilded Reverie is, at least. And the tea leaves. And just like a few cards of tarot. And then do the rest intuitively. Well, I mean, it's not like I'm not doing it intuitively, but it'll be really intuitive. Because there'll be very little information. So Archangel Michael, my Holy Spirit, what do you have for us today? Thank you so much for being here with me, Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit. What do we have for the messages for the collective today? It is Monday, January the 22nd, 2024. Past, present, and future. We have past. It's official. I've just felt like saying that. And present is bad health. So bad health can mean physical health, but most likely, because my readings are mostly love directed, it could just mean that a relationship, the collective sees it as being in bad health right now, current position, right? Near future, gift. So something is going to be received or given that is exactly what is needed. Yeah, okay. Archangel Michael, my Holy Spirit, what do we have for clarification? So I might just use, so for when I get my other decks, I'll be using, I might just use the Intuit Oracle for these three, and then these for clarification, because these have got the Kipper cards in it. So it's got the people cards in it. It's what I'm trying to say. Well, Gilded Reverie does too, but the Kipper has more. And then I have some round tarot cards coming, and then I have the round two, and I'll put like three. One for like what the situation that is being described, and then the two cards will be what can we know that's going to transition us to go to the next, right? From the past to the present to the near future. So 3 round cards, one being the tea leaf and the other 2 being the tarot round cards, and so forth. Okay, that's what I was thinking about. What do you think? What do you think? Would you like to comment on what you think that would be, if that'd be interesting or not to you? That'd be wonderful. Look at all this abundance and great growth. I mean, these are flowers. These are lilies. And lilies represent spirit, really. Wisdom, guidance, that kind of thing. So this is peace, calm, and serenity. I mean, that's what spirit is, peace, calm, and serenity, right? So spirit is peace, calm, and serenity, communicating to you, possibly abundantly, abundantly communicating to you that you are officially like listening to. You had been officially listening to. You've gotten yourself in a position where you're actually officially listening to your inner guidance, and which of course is your inner abundance, but it's going to lead you to abundance and prosperity. That's what you've come to realize, recognize, collective, in the past. And it might be very, very recent past. In summary, you're growing. You are growing, spiritually growing, which develops you personally. Okay, bad health for the near future, or for the present day. We have child, and we have the book, Akashic Records, something that you needed to learn, something that you needed to know for a new beginning, or something to do with child that has left you feeling as though things are not good. So you learned something. There's something you needed to learn. Yeah, very interesting. Okay, something you needed to know. Okay, so near future gift, please. What was that exact thing that you received or you gave? Wisdom, the birds, communication, right? That's communication, birds, number 2. And social places, public spaces. Social places and public spaces. This card really means public, like making it known, publicly known. Something came to you that was publicly known, or you have made it publicly known. Yeah. All right, guys. Let's start clarifying. So if I had to go without tarot, right? Tarot usually tells the story and fills in the gaps. I would say that you've grown, all right? And it's official in the sense that you've grown a lot, because this would be like an exclamation point mark beside, because anything, I don't know about to the right or to the left. Let's have a look and see what the Gilded Reverie has to say about the official card with cards next to it. Excuse me. All right, it says, but the card also sometimes acts as an exclamation point describing a neighboring card as official. Neighboring card, this is peace and serenity and calmness. This is overcoming anxiety and depression, fears. It's overcoming fears. It's listening to the inner peace within you, which is the spirit, right? That, like I said, peace, calm, serenity. Yeah, and then so number 30 we have here. Yeah, way back yet. Lilies. Calm, peace, and serenity is what I preach. Your parents and elders show up under my symbol. I bring wisdom and experience. That's wisdom there. And experience. I signify a long-term relationship or ancestry. Contentment and satisfaction is my angle. So it's about bringing contentment and satisfaction, peace, calm, and serenity into your life. And in abundance. In abundance. Now, this means money and abundance. Let's see. Number 34. 34. Right. I bring plenty and abundance. I deal in commerce and sales. I advocate independence and promote self-reliance in trade. Yep. Resources and money. It symbolizes resources and money. And it teaches us to make where this card appears, which is the distant, or which is the past, relative to whatever it works for you. It teaches us to make the most of the resources that we possess. Yeah. So the resources would be, in the past, it would be you turning inward to make it official that you are now an inward listener. Isn't that interesting? I love that for you guys. You are now officially an inward listener. You have come to you've revisited it, or you visited for the first time the whole idea that there is an inner you that has been begging you to, well, not begging, because spirit does not need to beg. It just quietly sits there and waits for you to say, okay, well, I'm ready to listen to you. What do you have to say? Right? And so it's always there trying to get your attention, in the sense that through negativity and positive events, both negative and positive. And usually we don't turn inward until negative events happen in our life. And those are spiritually inspired or organized, orchestrated too. It's not, you never ever like fully just ego operating, which is from your fears, your subconscious mind, all those fears down there. You never solely from your fear, but you are, and you could be mostly like 99.99% operating from your soul, your faith and your trust and your love for everything you can, while still walking on 2 legs, right? 2 feet. But in this world, you are not only 100% ego. There's always spirit trickling up from underneath that subconscious mind of fears. It's filled with fears. That's your ego. Okay. So, and I was going to say, so that's what I'm thinking, is that you have become more in tune with, more focused on your inner happiness. Like you're looking at what makes me happy. You're finally looking at that, say, what is my happiness? What makes me happy? Maybe you've been too focused on trying to make others happy. And maybe sacrificing your own happiness as a result. But in any case, you've been looking back at your life and saying, you know what? I don't feel like I've ever been truly happy. Okay? Maybe that's what you're saying. That could be for a few of you or a lot of you. You're saying, look, I need to find inner happiness. And if I've been alive all these years and I still haven't found it, then maybe I'm not looking in the right place. So then you start looking within because you heard there's something about it. Or that maybe you are someone who goes to church or used to and doesn't anymore, but going back now. It depends, whatever your religion, if you have religious beliefs or you're spiritually focused. I'm spiritually focused, but I have done everything. I've done all I can to try to figure out why I'm so sad, why I had a void within me. Why didn't my relationships work out? Why didn't this work out? Career, job, just anything. It's like, little bit of sprinkle of good and happy moments in my life too, like a whole lot of disappointment, maybe regret and stuff like that. So it's like, why, what is it? And so it's like I had to go to church, I had to hang out with horses, I had to start reading everything I could possibly get my hands on, because that was before really the internet and being able to read audiobooks and stuff. Or, not audiobooks. Is it audiobooks? No. It's ebooks. That's it. Read ebooks and stuff like that. So I went to the bookstore and I bought books and I read. I read like I had a voracious hunger, because I wanted to find out what I need that I didn't know, that I needed to know, that was hidden from me, or so it seemed, so that I could become more informed. And possibly through all that, happier. Went to school thinking, I'll get a degree that'll make me happy because I'll be able to do the work I want to do. And none of that outside stuff made a lick of a difference to me. Even going to church. Church did make a difference. It did help. But ultimately, what it boiled down to for me was just to go inside myself. Acknowledge that God that we would go to church for, to worship, is inside of all of us. And the bad health here in the present day is that you're thinking there was something that you needed to know, you perhaps found out. You found out something that you needed to know that would then cure the fantasy, cure the illusion. Bring the illusion into focus, to truth, because it was the illusion that was causing this bad health. And like I said, it's not necessarily your own physical health. It could be emotional and mental health, but it's more like there was something that you were just not looking at in reality. Like You were looking at it with childlike focus, in the sense that this is what I want. This is what I hope. This is what I want. But what you want didn't happen. May have in the beginning in your relationship, but it didn't in the end. And you've had, right now you're experiencing the effects of living in an illusion. And that you're seeing it was an illusion in the beginning with this person. Not that you saw it that way in the beginning. You saw it as very much real and like had a lot of hopes and aspirations, whatnot. But you learned something, came around and dashed those illusions and opened you up to reality. Okay, this is what's the reality of this situation is. So then you've got, in the near future, you've got gift. It's something that you need, or you need to give, someone else needs. But I think it's the wisdom that came to you that you realize is like, it's public knowledge. Things like, for example, you may need to know, that you didn't really think about before, is that the wisdom that was communicated to you through public means, like another person, online, on the TV, publicly, maybe even in church. Publicly, you learned that there is a whole other world within us that if we ever want to feel comfort and guidance and secure, that would be the place to check, to go in for. You see, the gift is realizing that this is wisdom that's been there for the ages. It's always been known, but it's not something necessarily you bought into. Okay, if I had to, and that's what I did. So let's see what official person is. So the idea for me for the new spread, I guess if you want to call it's not really that, because it'll be still past, present, and near future. But I won't be using as many tarot cards as I told you. So we have, for the official, we have 5 of coins and we have the 6 of swords. Yeah, and then what? The King of Cups. 6 of swords. Moving from rough water to calmer waters. Stepping into your love heart space, your heart space, which is where our soul speaks to us through. Yeah, whatever we feel emotional about in a good way, okay? Whatever we feel emotional about in a good way, like if it's love, it comes through, it's what's coming from our soul. And that's how you can know if you're really, is it just a fantasy? Am I just making this up, or is it real? Reality is that if your heart feels and swells out with love for something or someone, then it's a soul. It's a soul related, soul instigated, soul inspired feeling that's communicating to you, because soul doesn't necessarily talk to us in words, but sometimes it can. Yeah. Like last night I was just sleeping. Minding my own business, sleeping. And I heard, "Will you meet me?" And I said, "Yes." And I remember it. That's the funny thing, is that I remember it. Will you meet me? And I know this has to do with somebody, but it's sometimes we're really telepathically connected to people and, of course, to our soul. So, soul inspired, will you meet me? And I say, yes. Yes is if I feel as though like the coast is clear. Yes, of course. The coast is clear. Yes, of course. But if it's, obviously that is what I thought after I said yes. I said, as long as everything is, is above board kind of thing, coast is clear. No, if I get like the sense of red flags, no. So but I heard it, okay? And I know that that's a telepathic communication. And the soul is inspiring that because it has love in it. It has discernment. It has wisdom in it. Yes, it does. Okay. So we got the Five of Pentacles, which is somebody who has been possibly overspending and feeling left out. And overspending, like this could also be like overspending emotionally, but just things have not really been, things have not come to fruition that you were expecting. And so, yeah, so things have, that's a 5, right? So it's change. Change is coming upon us. And then the 6 of Wands is, I got to leave that, you know, wonky energy of the roller coaster ride life. I got to leave that behind. I got to go to calmer waters, right? I have to go to calmer waters. 6 of Swords, and the King of Cups is, and for that journey, it's about reaching to your heart to find that the soul, the calmer waters, right? The peace, serenity, and calm of the soul. 3 of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, and the 2 of Cups. So there's love. There's more love right here. Let's look at the fish before I say any more. Archangel Michael, what's the fish, please? We have the Hangman. That's enlightenment, awakening. 4 of Coins. Okay, and Strength. Seeing where you were, look at the Lovers on the back. Seeing where you were attached to things that were not really, when it boils down to your own happiness, it's not important. Not important. Yes, money, I'm not saying money is not important, but your focus on it, making it like more important than love, for example. More important than looking within and allowing your inner strength, your guide, your soul, to guide you to abundance and prosperity and plenty. You know, plenty of this, plenty of that. Not necessarily has to do all with finances, but it does to some extent. So yeah, you know, you have realized that, and we are a King of Cups here, so this is a masculine. Masculine has turned inward to his heart to listen to what it is that makes him happy. Collective. What is it that makes you happy? You've taken the time needed to do that, because life as you know it has led to much unhappiness for you. Okay, well then what actually makes me happy? If I'm feeling unhappy, then that's the best thing about this, besides the fact that we usually turn inward and start relying on soul communication to guide us to happiness, it is the fact that you will know what doesn't make you happy, which then can help you realize what makes you happy, you see? So you have started looking in and say, okay, things aren't been that great, so what is it that would make me happy? And so you sat and you figured out some things. And, you know, you may have involved others to help you out, you know, because there's a 3 of Wands, to help you out so that you can see how you had your back turned to what was important. And now it's time to turn inward to where your happiness will come from eventually, if like right away. Because peace and calm, serenity, doesn't that make you think and feel so much better just hearing those words? That's where your real fortune lies. Your real fortune lies. And the love of yourself with yourself, which is the soul. The 2 of Cups is you loving yourself, coming into partnership with your soul. But of course, it also means that you have someone else in mind that you are in love with, and perhaps that's what, like, you had to think, well, what is it? Who is it? Is there anything that makes me happy? And maybe you realized that there is somebody else in your life that makes you happy apart from your own self. And so the Hangman helps you to look at your world and to look at your whole life from a different perspective, from upside down. Gaining a different perspective to find some truth, that you had some serious attachments to people, places, and things that were not an inward inspiration. That was an inward orchestration. Okay, so that it could eventually get you to start thinking about looking within to find your happiness. And so you were holding back for a time, but during that time you've been able to see things for what they are and what they have been. And that in itself helped you to gain strength and courage to take the next step in your personal journey, your growth. Okay. So the bad health here, what are we talking about? Bad health. So you have evolved into a King of Cups through all this introspection. You're ready to take accountability and responsibility for your life. You know, there's no more like projecting onto others that it's their fault, or that it's just the way that's just the way things work, or that's just the way marriages are, whatever. You know, relationships are, they're going to have all those ups and downs. So you don't have to be like that. You don't. You can be quite happy with each other. You can. And the true partner that is between two people is the soul. The two of your souls coming together, like the Two of Cups, one recognizing the other through that soulmate relationship. Then you start behaving and thinking and behaving differently, because you put value in that, the fact that there is a God between the two of you coming together and saying, aha, this is perfect harmony and bliss. You know, but if you're not feeling that way with somebody, then it could be that you would first try to fix things as they were, fix them as best you can, and give it time, you know, and some of your patience and maybe some of your guidance to the other person, talking to them about it, that kind of thing. And maybe it gets better for a little bit of time, but then things start going haywire again, and it comes down to the point where you finally say, how many times do I have to have this type of conversation and concern with my partner? Then that leaves me feeling like she or he is no longer working on it with me. And so then I start feeling like I'm left out in the cold. Five of Coins, right? That she or he is not as into it, doesn't find as much value in making it work, so that we're both like have that feeling of soulful inner happiness within us, just being happy, trying to be happy with each other, waking up in the morning so glad to see them and glad that they're in your life, glad that they're in your home. You know, you just, especially on weekends, you want to find, you're just so happy about not having to go to work today, because you can be at home with your love interest, right? And where you guys are either going to do things together or just hang out together, but you're just happy to be in the same space together, kind of thing. And you look forward to that, and you're hoping that they will too, right? Reciprocate in that way. But you find out it's not. So it's kind of like, how many more times am I going to put myself through this? Because I end up like looking at it with much more awareness. That shows that you've grown, by the way, with much more awareness, in the sense that it's clear to me that things, you know, I bring it up so that we can talk about it. We talk about it, great, whatever, everybody says, yeah, okay, and then we hug and we kiss and whatever else, and everything's peachy, hunky-dory, and then it might be that for a few weeks, and then things look like things are sliding again. And the way you promised to be is not the way, and it's the way she promised or he promised to be is not what's showing up for you anymore. The way you promised to be, you're still there. You're in it. The other one's not showing up. And so then you say, like, what's going on? what's going on now? Do I need to have another conversation with them? Like, how many conversations do I need to have with my spouse, my long-term partner, before they really buy into it, so that we can both be in the same kind of on the same page, in the mind, same heart space mindset, like similar, of course, not perfectly the same. And that's where you start thinking to yourself quietly, that, okay, how many times have I done this? It doesn't really matter. But if you're feeling exhausted about it, like, and hopeless, it's kind of like time to start saying, well, maybe I need to do things differently. I mean, I'm not looking in the right place for my happiness. And that's where you start finding that there is only one place that truly can offer it to you, as long as you buy into it. And that's inward happiness. So then we have the Fool, the Four Cups, and the Fool with the Seven of Wands. Someone became defensive. Four Cups is a rejection. And the Fool is, going for it. Being impulsive, possibly. Let's see what the... Let's see what the Child card is. We have the Hierophant, the Ace of Cups. Oops, I guess. And the Ten of Cups. And then this one we have, the book is the Tower. Yeah, the Seven of Cups and the Ten of Swords. Wow, they want to come out, didn't they? Judgment on the back. It's beautiful artwork. Yeah. You bought into an illusion. You didn't realize it was an illusion. You do now, though, right? Now you see it because it's become clear to you. You've learned some things. You've gotten some information enough so that when you're saying, what do I need to do? Like, maybe I'm looking in the wrong place for it. And you start looking within, and you gain some insight, some kind of knowledge. Either someone brought it to you, or you gained it through just introspective time. And you're feeling that this is the reason why your marriage went, became bedridden, just ill, bad, went south. You know what I'm saying. So the Four Cups is that you entered into this relationship right here after you had been rejected. So it's kind of like a rebound, but it wasn't a rebound. Not in your mind, at least. There was a rejection. You felt rejected at some point, and you didn't want to be rejected by love. Nobody does. But you foolhardily, okay, let's just say that, with impulsiveness, without really giving it much thought, jumped into, with a leap of faith, into something that then you had to start defending, because your love interest, one that you jumped into a relationship with, whether that's a marriage or just the long-term part of it where you're living together, you started having to defend your actions, your way of thinking, because it was like she wanted, in living together, she wanted everything her way, and she might have been moving into your space, stuff like that. And having to defend your decision to marry so soon after rejection. And that rejection would have been a very important relationship you had that just recently was rejected for. Excuse me. And so you had to start defending your decision to impulsively get hitched again, or just get hitched when you just met this person. Okay, whether you've known them for a long time or not, you just started in a relationship with them, like, a personal, intimate relationship with them that you may have not been in before with them, even though you might have known them for a long time. So you got married. You see, the illusion, the fantasy was that this was the perfect union, the Hierophant. Can you see it? Yeah, the Hierophant, that you fell deeply in love with that one that you took the leap of faith with, and you entered into a Ten of Cups commitment, feeling fulfilled, and fulfilled, emotionally fulfilled, possibly starting a family with them and all that sort of stuff. But then, bada boom, something happened. Some information came to you. You learned something that blew it all up. The tower caused this whole fantasy to just come crumbling down. Because if it's an illusion, in the sense you committed to this person believing they were something they were not, or believing you were something you were not, or both, you know. If you weren't really seeing things, you maybe have been seeing things through rose-tinted glasses, right? That somehow one day you woke up and you forgot to put your rose-tinted glasses on, or you lost them. Maybe they fell down behind your bedside table and you didn't realize it, so you kind of like, I gotta find them. But you have to go to the bathroom first. So, so you go to the bathroom, and then by the time you're off the toilet, you've forgotten that you need to find your rose-tinted glasses. And then you step out of the bedroom into the kitchen and you see that things look a whole lot different. They do. They look a whole lot different. You start wondering, what the heck? Okay, so Seven of Cups is like, oh, I'm confused. I am so confused, and I might be feeling like an option at this point, because Ten of Swords, you've been betrayed. You woke up to it, that the illusion you thought was an illusion is that perhaps your love interest, which in this case I would say is a female, doesn't have to be, has been kind of staying in communication with, or stepping out in an unfaithful way towards the marriage, that commitment and loyalty and devotion, was stepping out of that for a long time. It's been going on for a long time. And you realize that, holy hell, what the devil, you know? And I'm just learning about this now, but thank goodness you learned about it. And so this is right now, you really haven't been, you know, you really are sitting there and going, you know, with your finger to your lip, going, And it's making you feel real crappy probably, but it is awakened you. Hangman, you've been thrown into an awakening. This whole situation with her has thrown you into an awakening, a much needed one. Because if you weren't happy, you know, there have been signs that would make you wonder, like, yeah, I know relationships are like this, it can be like this, but holy hell, there's like, all right, I'm not happy. That's the bottom line. I'm not happy. I'm not happy that she's been doing this, and that she's Ten of Swords me, stabbed me in the back 10 times. Well, that's the end, right? No more. You've learned from it. That's what the divine is saying right here with this Ten of Swords, is that you've been betrayed, but betrayed no longer. Isn't that good news? So let's look at the near future, the gift card. We have the Sun. Yeah. Well, that's enlightenment. You know, that's seeing the truth in something. Growth and expansion because of it. You have the Chariot. Wow. And you have the Two of Swords, okay? What about the Owls card? The Wisdom, the Birds number 2, card 12. Please, Archangel Michael, for the near future. So you have some really, some deep thinking going on, but you'll be moving out of it. Yes, you will, because you'll be healing from what you're learning. Temperance. There is some temperance with the Wisdom. The angels are all over it. Here's Page of Cups and Queen of Cups. Holy moly. Holy molies. Yep. That, besides the God between you, the Two of Cups over here is with that one that you want to, you want to come forward with a cup of love. Now, whether or not you need to apologize, that's not necessarily showing that here. Other than there's somebody you're in love with, Two of Cups. So that may not necessarily mean somebody from your past. Could be a brand new love. Nine of Cups. Ooh, doggy. Okay. Jeez. Death. Okay, I gotcha. And the Page of Coins. Can you see that? No, you sure cannot. This is the part card, which is the public card. Yeah. All right. Bring her over. Let's see. Can I move the camera? That would be an idea. Okay, move the camera. Now I can put these over and they're all scrunched up. So, very good. Cool. Yay. So, you were enlightened. The gift, right, is enlightenment. It's like knowing something. It's something coming to the surface. Something coming to bring the truth coming in. Which is, that all of this with your, why you are experiencing this and how it all became. The sun enlightens you, but at the same time, you've had this sense of calm and peace come over you because it was giving you some balance in the sense that what you'd been feeling that left you feel anxious and or depressed, out of sorts, not really, like a little bit of a chuckle happy, but not a real like belly laugh, happiness. That's just how I'm making a comparison to what you feel may be happy, but then there's like real happiness, lasting happiness. And you're feeling like this, whatever this information is that came to you at this time in the near future, you're going to feel like you're going to know the divine's all over it and that you are healing from it. The gift of enlightenment is exactly what you needed, exactly what you will get, and you're going to feel peace and calm come over you as a result. And I would say hallelujah to that. Yeah. And so then you got the Two of Swords here, which is you just kind of holding back in the sense that you're going to make sure that you are, you're going to unblind yourself, unblindfold yourself. You're going to take your arms and uncross them, because in the other one it's like this. You're not blocking. You're not going to block. You've made a decision. You made a decision that's an informed decision, because now you can see clearly. There's no blindfold on you, like in the regular tarot, right? There's a blindfold, and then your arms are crossed to block your heart. It means you're not validating your emotional feelings about something or someone. It means you're blocking somebody from knowing how you feel. Yeah. So, but you're not going to be doing that anymore. This is helping you to make an informed decision that it's time to unblock your emotions, which has been a huge mountain on your path to go forward. Unblocking your emotions removes the mountains and all those obstacles. You find that strength and courage, inner strength and courage. Now you're moving forward because you can see, you've lost your rose-tinted glasses and you're not looking for them anymore, because what you've seen was eye-opening enough that you said, wait a minute, I have a choice. Either I go and find my rose-tinted glasses and put them back on so that everything would just, be as it were, or am I going to stand here and really look at what's going on here? Like, what am I seeing that hadn't been seen before? Page of Cups, you want to... Oh no. So this is giving you this wisdom, excuse me, and enlightenment that has become the public information. Like this Nine of Cups, you seeing that somebody's been overindulgent, and you might have been overindulgent in a past relationship, okay? But you're putting an end to your old ways, and you're putting an end to the overindulgent person that was in your life or currently still is, because you have somewhere to go, people to see, and places to, people to see, places to go. Yeah, that kind of thing. And so, yeah, and this person is one that you want to confess your emotions that you've been suppressing. And like I said, it could be a brand new person or somebody from your past, because it doesn't say that this is a person from your past here at all. It just says that you had been overindulgent, possibly in a relationship before this one, but you're also seeing the overindulgence. But it is also saying too that there's somebody in your life that, you know, is outside of you, like external to you, meaning it's not your spouse, it's not the one that's in your life that ticks all your boxes. When you see them and think about them, it makes you giddy. And so you're transformed. You're transforming in order for you to make an offer. Page of Coins. To make an offer of love with the Page of Cups right there. And the sweetheart is the Queen of Coins, the lucky one who's going to receive it. Okay? So that is like, yes, that's fantastic. Let's see what we can look at here with respect to timing. Would you like that? Yeah. Let's look at that with respect to timing. It's funny. Last time I used this, I had accidentally put this card, which is just like a title card, in the deck, and then and I said, oh, I forgot. I got that one mixed in, and I was like, well, no big deal. If it comes out, you know, as a card that I would choose, because you know I usually dig into the deck, I'll just put it aside and dig again. Well, it did exactly that, but it was just the one card, and it was that particular card that shot out. Jeez. Oh, 10 months. There's no time frame can be determined at this time. Within 5 days, 2 months. Yeah, let's not do that. That is like that's chaos right there, isn't it? Huh. Archangel Michael, one card, please. One card. One card. What is the timing that this individual, the collective, is going to be able to move towards in the near future? The Queen of Cups, somebody that they have fallen in love with. They can see themselves being in a partnership with the Two of Cups. Near future timing, please, Archangel Michael. Okay, here we go, guys. 5 years. Oh, wow. Okay. Last time I did this, I pulled out 3 cards, and this is what you have to decide would be like realistic for you before the next new moon. Okay, that's what I'm doing. So for some of you, it's going to be 5 years. Holy moly. Somebody needs more time to grow if it's 5 years. Maybe the other person does. Maybe this one won't be ready for a few years. But 4 months, that's not long from now. Like this is now, right? And this is 2 to 3 months. So 4 months, and then before the next new moon. And isn't the next new moon sometime early February? I am not positive. But anyways, take it with a grain of salt, because you know it is a general reading after all, right? I'm just trying to give you some kind of idea that you can sink your teeth into. Otherwise, have a great day. I'm so glad to be back for another week. Goodbye now. See you tomorrow.
तेरी सूरत खूबसूरत